What's up, everybody? Nick back with you here from Project Central, and today, jumping back on the Miata kart. You saw last week we built the main cage structure, right? Nice 4-point, 6-point cage. What is this? 4-point cage, and we're gonna finish the back part. So if you look at where we're at, we've got kickers that need to come down here. We've got to cut this. We got to put a rear bumper on. We got a whole bunch of stuff to do. So if you like cool cars, if you like welding and fabrication, if you like doing burnouts and hooning and stuff like that, let me know down in the comments. So hit that comment button and let me know. But first thing we got to do, we got to make us a rear bumper. We've got this piece of 4-inch, 1/8-inch wall tube that's just a little bit too short. So I've got to go grab another one of these out of the scrap pile, and we're going to cut it and weld a piece together so that we can span this right here. And then we're going to cut this to length. We're going to finish cutting this out and weld some pads on. So first step, we got to go get our other piece of square tubing, cut it and weld it and make it longer. It's like 1 inch too short, so story of my life, right? All right, got my 2 pieces cut. We're gonna grind all this smooth, burn it all in, grind it smooth, and have a nice heavy duty bumper that, you know, eventually there's a chance, a small chance we bash something or we're pulling a little trailer, because I kind of want to do this so that we can do put a trailer hitch on this so we can do, you know, pull a little trailer, whatever, for drag week or something. But let me get this thing buffed out, weld it in, and you know, we'll get that knocked out real quick. Not bad, but depending on which side it goes out, might do some body work. So you might be asking, why such a heavy duty bumper if we've done such a good job so far on reducing weight? A couple reasons. First off, we're cutting off all of the factory support, and we're cutting pretty close to where the subframe for the rear subframe is bolted into the car. So I want to add a nice structural, real rigid piece in the back so that as the subframe puts stress on everything, stuff doesn't get too wonky and bendy in technical terms, right? Secondly, I do want to put a trailer hitch on this. We're going to put a trailer hitch on this because in the future I want to maybe do drag and drives, bike carrier, little cargo carrier if we're doing like road trips and stuff with this thing, because there's not going to be any cargo room. So if I want to throw a bike rack on the back and go ride my bike around, I can do that. Thirdly, there is a small, ever-growing chance that we're going to take this to drift events and maybe tap the wall with it. So doing a nice beefy bumper that can take a little bit of abuse, tie it into the cage, is probably a smart idea. I don't want to put a whole bunch of work in this, and then if I get, you know, bump a wall or get bumped in traffic, the whole thing is just crumpled. So we're making it nice and beefy. And fourth, most importantly, well, most conveniently, this is what I had laying around the scrap pile. So those are kind of the top 4 reasons, if you cared. Next up, we are going to figure out how far back we're going to cut off the back of the Miata. Let's go over there and take a look at it. So like I was just talking about, you can see this is where the subframe bolts, and we have cut off everything that like kind of tied the 2 sides of the frame together. So I've got some marks here, and I'm thinking about, this is a 4-inch tube, I'm thinking about cutting it 8 inches. That'll leave me a little bit of flat area up here that you know, or maybe I'll do 6 inches and make it real nice and stubby. I'm gonna stare at this for a minute. Be right back. So we got our back of our Miata chopped up, ready for our tube bumper. As you can see, we got a notch cut out for our tube to kind of fit down in there. This is a little wavy still. I hammered on it some, probably need some more, may cut it out, I don't know. And our frame for the Miata is not perfectly square, so you can see there's a good shot right there. You see there that the top is a little wider than the bottom. So we're gonna get our bumper, our 4-inch tube for our bumper, fit in here, tacked in place, and then I'll show you what's next after that. It needs to cool off about 15 more degrees though. It says it's fall, but we're not quite to fall temperatures here in Oklahoma yet. But soon hopefully. Okay, so what are our first impressions here? I think it's not too bad. It's kind of beefy. I get that it's kind of beefy. Get that all burned in, ground it flat, and then we'll put, I always call them fish plates, just a reinforcement plate. Because we'll burn all this in, and then we'll put another piece in, because we got to fill this too. So we'll put I don't know, another strip in here or something. I don't know, I think I like it. I think it's pretty good. Another reason why, again, back to, you know, the reasons why we're putting in such a beefy rear bumper, a lot of it has to do with, you know, eventually I want to put more power to this thing. So that might mean a rear subframe swapped, like maybe like a C4 Vet, C5 Vet, something like that, or a 8.8 independent 8.8 rear end out of like a Explorer, like a early 2000s Explorer. And when we do that, we're gonna need plenty of structure. I think so. I'm gonna go from that up there. I think I'm gonna land the kickers down about like that. So it should look pretty good. I'm gonna get this tacked into place, get some things, get some weld on this, do some welding, get it nice and solid, and then tomorrow night we will make some pieces to cover this and make our down bars, and hopefully this is a pretty quick video. But like most things, something's gonna go wrong, so stay tuned to see what goes wrong. Whew, okay. Got everything burned in all the way around. Got that burned in on the insides, both insides. As you can see, sun went down. That means it's dark outside, which means it's nighttime. That is how those things all work together. Which means kind of late. So, plan. Tomorrow we're going to come out here. We're going to buff all this with a flappy disc. Make it look super pretty. Figure out exactly what we're going to do as far as our filler strip right here. Gonna do something. And then we're gonna take some tubes from up there. Take some tubes from up there and land them somewhere over here. And then I think I've got a trailer hitch. I'll have to find. I think I've got a trailer hitch that I took off a Jeep that I'm gonna consider putting on that. So till tomorrow. Bye. Well, it's the next day for me. Maybe not for you. But got the rear bumper, got it buffed down, got the middle fixed a little bit, got all the paint cleaned up, and I got a line scribed. Next thing we need to do is we're going to cut us a strip to cover all of this. We're going to tie this back sheet metal into the bumper, kind of make a kind of a gusset here, all sorts of stuff. Cover this up, make it pretty, and then lastly we will take our tube and land it here, burn it all in, and then we'll be done. For the back, at least, for now. So, I'm going to get some 16 gauge out. I'm going to see what I've got laying around. I know I've got some pieces. So, let me get that out. We get the metal saw out, get set up, and we'll cut a piece. And then we'll get it tacked in place. So, should be pretty simple. Well, for me, it's been a couple days. Got the rear bumper kind of buffed out, finished welding out this top piece to kind of help cap it. And I've been looking here at doing a trailer hitch. Obviously, this is just a 18-inch cord of a universal receiver you can weld on. This is from Harbor Freight. I think I've talked myself out of it. Originally, I talked about doing this as like a drag and drive, being able to do drag and drives and stuff, throwing a bike rack on the back. But the more I think about it, the more that just sounds like a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. If I was going to do a drag and drive car, I would really want something that, one, keeps me out of the weather. So if it's raining, it's at least a full top. Two, has more power than this is going to make. So, I mean, honestly, this is going to be a fun, super fun car to drive around and stuff, but I'll probably take it to the drag strip. I'll probably take it to the autocross. I'll probably take it to, like, road race tracks and stuff. But I don't know if it's going to be, like, a primary drag and drive car. I think I've got another car sitting in the woods that's going to do that. So for this, we're going to not do a trailer hitch. So next thing we're going to work on is tubes coming from, imagine this strap, from up there to down there. So we're going to make a couple tubes, get those tacked in. Okay, got my down bars put in. Looks pretty good. They're pretty symmetrical. Might need to do a little bit more trimming on this side to get this to set down a little flatter, but no big deal. If not, we'll fill it with weld, just like everything else. I have decided that we're gonna burn this in. We're gonna burn this in, and this is gonna be the end of this video. I am completely undecided on the bash bar setup. Let me show you why. All right, so down here we got this tire on where obviously where it's going to live. I'm thinking about running a tube here and then throwing like a 45 on it, maybe off this upright, or maybe just take a piece of straight tube and put it in like right there, and then come out here and bend it, and then dye some sheet metal in right here so that water, mud, road debris, a blown tire, whatever, doesn't come up and hit the passengers. That's probably pretty smart, which probably means we'll probably do that very last, and it'll be last minute and rushed like everything else. But yeah. Also, it would be nice to have a piece of tube running across here that we could tie this upper mount into, right? This is the upper coil spring perch, and it would be really nice just to give that a lot of added stability. But for now, I'm undecided on what that's going to look like. I'm going to burn this in, and that's going to be the end of the video. I'll probably do that off camera. You've seen me weld enough in this series, so let me know. What do you think I should do for rear bash bar, stuff like that? I think next video we're going to start working on the front. That may be 2 videos just because there's a ton. I picked up a new hood from a buddy today, so yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to ponder this, but it's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for helping me wrap up the back part of this. I think it looks pretty good, and maybe we'll do some cargo netting or whatever if I have to have like a backpack with me or something. But anyways, do what you always do. Take care of one another. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time over here on Project Central, where we're building this Miata kart. Bye.